So friends, is anybody interested in a good news story on the accountability front? Me too. So here's a question. How many of Donald Trump's former lawyers have been disbarred? Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, I know it seems like Trump and company get away with everything all the time. You know, abuse of office, abuse of power, corruption, crime. But sometimes it just takes patience and process and determination, and accountability eventually does come. So let's have a look at what's happened, including in recent days, to some of the attorneys who tried to help Donald Trump steal the 2020 presidential election. And let's start with this character, John Eastman. Here is the new reporting about what just happened to him. Former Trump attorney John Eastman's disbarment upheld for attempt to overturn 2020 election. The United States Democracy Center released the following statement in response to the California State Bar Court Review Department's decision to uphold the ruling that former Trump attorney John Eastman should be disbarred. Quote, John Eastman betrayed his oath to the Constitution with his scheme to overturn the outcome of the 2020 election. He urged courts and state legislators to throw out millions of votes based on false claims of election fraud. He pushed a baseless legal theory to convince the vice president to throw out certified electoral votes. And he fueled the anger of the crowd that attacked the Capitol on January 6th by intentionally, falsely claiming that voting machines manipulated the election results. And he hasn't expressed any remorse. And this from the Review Department, which re-emphasized the gravity of Eastman's misconduct in its decision. Quote, due to the serious nature and extent of Eastman's misconduct, we recommend that Eastman be disbarred. Disbarment is necessary to protect the public, the courts, and the legal profession. So there's one lawyer, John Eastman, whose professional reputation and career is in tatters because he hitched his wagon to Donald Trump. How about another lawyer, Kenneth Chesebro? Former Trump lawyer Kenneth Chesebro disbarred in New York over 2020 election interference case. Kenneth Chesebro, a former legal advisor to Donald Trump's 2020 presidential campaign, is now barred from practicing law in New York over his role in a scheme to overturn Trump's election loss 5 years ago. In an order Thursday, a state appeals court in New York said Chesebro's criminal conduct, namely conspiring to commit filing false documents in connection with efforts to negate Trump's 2020 defeat in Georgia to Joe Biden, undercuts the very notion of our constitutional democracy that he, Chesebro, as an attorney, swore an oath to uphold. There's Trump attorney number 2, disbarred for hitching his wagon to Donald Trump. And who could forget this guy, Rudy Giuliani? Rudy Giuliani was disbarred in New York and Washington, D.C., but wait, friends, there's more. Remember this former Trump lawyer, Jenna Ellis? Jenna Ellis was prohibited from practicing law in Colorado for 3 years after she pleaded guilty in connection with Trump's efforts to subvert the election. So friends, right there, 4 lawyers who ruined their professional lives for Donald Trump. So Jenna Ellis and Kenneth Chesebro are both criminally convicted in Georgia, having pleaded guilty. Kenneth Chesebro was also criminally charged in Wisconsin. John Eastman and Rudy Giuliani were both criminally charged in Georgia and in Arizona. So what does that tell us? What can we glean from that? State court prosecutors and state bar council organizations are stepping up, are standing strong, and are fighting for accountability for the crimes of these attorneys who hitched their wagon to Donald Trump. Accountability sometimes seems to take forever, but we need to keep fighting for it. We need to keep insisting on it, and sometimes it comes. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. Please hit subscribe. If I can humbly ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Justice Matters. It's always free. Never costs anything. Never anything behind a paywall. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.